Hey guys, welcome to Barcelona United. Welcome to another video. And right now it's time to talk about Riqui Puig once again. He had some declarations that Marca had a few days ago, that Riqui Puig was saying that he's opening the door to leave Barcelona if he doesn't get to play. And I have to say that first, this is an embarrassment. This is very worrying, and if we don't take charge of things, this could go very, very south, because there's no way I'm letting Riqui Puig, or there's no way I can accept losing Riqui Puig after losing so much talent over and over and over again. We have enough talent to challenge for titles already, to win a treble, or at least challenge for a treble. But before going into all of that, let's go ahead and see what Riqui Puig had to say in the declaration that he gave out when he was asked about his future regarding him at the club. He had to say, "No, I won't leave in January. In theory, no, but we will see. I haven't closed the door, but it is true that I would like to have more minutes with the senior side. There are a lot of players in midfield, and it is hard for me to have those minutes. And if I don't have them, then I will have to make a decision to make. I'm not training so much with the first team this season. Last year, I was practically part of the first team. I trained with them, and I went down to play with Barcelona B. But these are things you have to deal with in football, and you have to play with your feet on the ground. I have to get minutes and experience, and I am lucky with that with the B team. I almost always play. It is hard because last year I was part of the first team, and this year I'm not participating so much." Alright, so it is very clear to me what the problem is here. Or, sorry for the redundancy. It is very clear to me what is a concern for Riqui Puig, obviously. Riqui Puig, what is the problem with this going on right now? That he went from at least being in the Barcelona B team, but training with the first team at all times. And instead of that, he sees Frankie de Jong brought into the club. Aleñá doesn't get any minutes, and he, in theory, is ahead of Riqui Puig in the pecking order if he was to be promoted. And while all that's happening, he keeps getting battered with challenge after challenge after challenge in Segunda B. Now, if I was Riqui Puig, and you don't have to be a genius to know what is his main concern, is that, hey, I just saw the injury from Andre Gomez. The guy could have had an injury-ending career, and that was in a league where the fouls are much more punishable, and that's much more regulated. And I'm saying that big receiving challenges from everyone, and basically we're looking who's gonna break my leg, who could potentially again finish his career. He's still a youth player, and he's having to deal with this. He doesn't see a path to the first team. He's playing in a league where he's clearly better than everyone else. He deserves to be in the first team because of I don't think he's ever had a bad performance for Barcelona ever, giving 100%. And to be honest, in preseason, he's always been, in the past 2 preseasons that he's participated in, he's been the best player by a country mile. So, with all this said and done, I know what his concern is, and I can understand it. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. Why do we have to deal with this over and over and over again? Is Riqui Puig the best player in the world? Not at all. I won't claim that Riqui Puig needs to start every single game, or that even he should be a regular star in the team. Not at all. But at least promoting to the first team is that easy. I'm sure that he won't have problems playing the minutes that Rakitic is playing. Just by the pure fact of doing that, you're doing him a favor. He wants to play with the first team, and he'll be okay with getting any minutes and just not playing in Segunda B, receiving like kicks and tackles from every single angle that are trying to break his leg. Instead, he'll be training with Messi, with Artur, with De Jong, with Busquets, with all these players, gets to play here or there some minutes, won't make a fuss. He's gonna be enjoying playing with the first team those kind of minutes, while Rakitic is actually not enjoying it because he wants to play pretty much everything, because he's at the lower end of his career and he wants to play as much as possible. But what is the problem here? The problem here is that, why did this happen? Because we decided against selling someone. Like, we didn't plan this season properly, and this is the best explanation of this. Why? Because we've had 2 summers that we could have sold even Rakitic, and he's by some weird mystery he's still here. Alignan, perfectly capable. I know that we were perfectly capable of finding a loan for him, and yet he's here playing nothing. If he's going to play nothing, why is he here? Like, what is this of having a, like, what kind of planification were we doing when we were like doing this season? Like, I don't get it. Aligna's not playing. Wake hasn't played a single minute, and apparently Sergio Roberto was never going to play the midfield ever again. And he's played pretty much. He's played more right back that he's played at centre mid this season. At centre mid, he's been pretty abysmal every single game. And at right back, he's been fine some games and pretty bad some other games, hindering the performances from Semedo, and those minutes that Sergio Roberto's taking at right back, you could have Wage get those minutes so he could develop. Sergio Roberto and Rakitic have taken the minutes away from Riqui Puig, who could have been infinitely better, I'm sure about it. So, what was the planification this summer? Let me remind you that 2 summers ago, in the summer of 2018, we received an offer from PSG for 90 million for Ivan Rakitic. We received an offer of 90 million, and we said no. How on earth did that happen? We go ahead and we have another opportunity last summer. This past summer, we had an opportunity to sell Rakitic, and all you had to do was tell him, hey, Rakitic, find your best destination, find a team that suits you, and we'll let you go relatively easy for about 40 to 50 million euros. We could have gotten that over the line, and what do we go ahead and do instead? No, we block every single transfer under the sun, and we only allow this guy to go in part of a swap deal for Neymar. On top of that, you want to bring in Neymar, not letting go of Rakitic. You are occupying a position in midfield for a player that's unhappy right now, and on top of that, you have one of your best, if not the best prospect at the club right now, in Barca B, receiving kicks every single week from every single angle possible, trying to break his leg. Now, this is something that is a concern, that it cannot happen, and soon I'm gonna have to make a video of what is the Barcelona that I would do next season, if I am allowed to do every single thing that is possible, and what are the different circumstances that I would do with them, because there is different situations and different players that I would bring in and out of the team if things are to be considered, because there's many factors. There's factors of, the heavyweights, the likes of Piqué, Alba, Busquets, Rakitic, Suarez, Sergio Roberto, Messi. There's all these different situations that you have to analyze, and it is important for us to reconsider this, what's going to happen for us going forward, because Riqui Puig is the best talent that we had at the club. Let's not have it 2 ways about it. Like Ansu Fati, yes, he's very promising, he looks very fancy and all, but he's 16. And yes, for a 16-year-old, he looks amazing. And yes, he does. But he, at the end of the day right now, is not better than any other very pacey winger in La Liga. Like, not really. Like, you can say that, oh, how could you say that? Well, we saw it in the last game against Levante. That is his level. And we saw that in the previous game against Valladolid. that is Ansu Fati's level. Like, and that is perfectly fine. He's 16 again. He doesn't need to be the best player in the world by 16. And we could give him time. But Riqui Puig, I know for a fact that he's ready for first team. Maybe not to be a starter, but to contribute at least, to be able to contribute from the bench, and to be able to change the from the bench, definitely. I know that he's capable of it. Therefore, we need to trace a plan for Riqui Puig. Because Riqui Puig is a talent that, with Frankie de Jong and Arthur, needs to be our midfield for the future. Like, those three guys in midfield should be the Barcelona starting midfield by 2021. And we need to trace a plan for it now. Promoting Riqui Puig now. If we promote him now, then he gets half the season to adapt to the first team, and then he can start fighting for a spot going next season. Maybe players like Busquets start losing a lot of minutes. Rakitic is out of the team. Aleña's probably gone on loan. Sergio Roberto, it's not going to be participating much more in midfield because I don't see much more talent from it. So Riqui Puig, we open a spacer for Riqui Puig. If we don't do that, he's going to go, and I know what's going to happen. We're going to keep having the likes of Sergio Roberto playing in midfield, Busquets playing like this, like I don't recognize this Sergio Busquets, and we're playing with a team without intensity, and we need to recover, like, the illusion. Players that want to give 100%. The more players that we have that want to give 100%, the better. Because right now, players like Suarez, who clearly is not playing at 100%, I would bet you even that he's playing half injured, and I know it for a fact because Valverde admitted that he was playing with physical problems last season after he took a surgery before the Copa del Rey final. Valverde admitted that for a long part of the season, Suarez was playing with injuries or with physical problems. So why is this allowed to happen and you're not giving opportunities to the players that in these situations are the ones that should get opportunities? Maybe Riqui Puig gets frozen out. I'll say give him minutes now, that you can give him minutes, and then in the most crucial parts of the season, sure, go ahead and go play the players with the most experience and the best players and pick your best 11. But for now, give opportunities to the youngsters. I don't see any problem with it. If we trace a proper plan and we do what we're supposed to do, players like Ansu Fati, players like Carles Perez, Ousmane Dembélé, Riqui Puig, even Ludovic Reis, Junior Firpo, Todibo, Araujo, Wagué, they are going to have a path to the first team. If we don't do this, we're going to have in 3 years time, or however long we have for the World Cup in Qatar, we're going to have a team that still has Messi, which I don't see a problem with it actually. Messi, there's not going to be a problem if he keeps at this level. I bet that he's going to be a top shape at least until the World Cup in Qatar. Suarez, who we've seen a problem with Suarez. Busquets, who is not at his best level. Piqué, who is not at his best level. Alba, who, okay, he could probably get to, in 3 seasons, still be at a pretty decent level. But is this what we want? Is this a team that we want? Like, probably gonna be fine. Probably gonna be at a decent level. Playing already with difficulties. Is this what you want to hear, or you want to hear, no, in a few years time this is going to be the team of the future, we're going to have players playing at 100% and they're youth now, but they're going to be in a couple years time in their prime and going to be able to give it the best years of their career? I think that at the end of the day, that's what we all want to hear. So, all said and done, leave me your opinions about the situation with Riqui Puig. In a couple days or in the next few days, I'm going to be giving out a few different ideas for videos that I have coming up. If you have any ideas for videos that you want me to talk about and discussions to talk in the channel, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like and subscribe, and I'll see you next one on Blaugranas.